All right, welcome back to Black Lives Trivia Night. This is Art, and we are here once again with some more Tainted Grail. We'll see how long my voice holds up for. I might have to do this in some chunks. There's stuff going on here at home. Also, my voice isn't going to hold up. But last time, we basically got through the starter dungeon. And I really liked what I saw. I've heard this game gets a little mixed in later sections, but at the time of this recording, there have been multiple, I think, 1.8 or so gigabyte patches that I think I've seen. Hopefully that's addressing some of the stuff happening later in the game, in the later areas. Again, I've heard the first area that we're in right now is like polished to a shine. And then later on it can get quite messy, but we'll see how that goes. So we'll see how this session goes. Again, really enjoyed the opening dungeon. I'm wondering now if there's a map. Continue. There was not a map last time. I'm not sure how that works. But I guess we'll figure it out. Now in an Elder Scrolls game, it's the B button. I'm not seeing that. You can quick save on this menu, but again, I'm not seeing... Oh well. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be finding chests sort of stuck in the mud. I have a pickaxe, but I guess that's not enough to chip through that. I think I did try some cooking. Oh, look at that. Take a silk hat. Flame resin, okay. Coast weapon for 60 seconds, inflicting, I assume, fire damage of some sort. Now, in the last session, I tried, I think for a lot of it, I had like one-handed, like a pipe or something, a one-handed blunt and a dagger. Later on, I finally got a bow, and my intention was to go stealth archer. And again, usually I hate first-person combat in these games, but this one was not bad, and I kind of didn't mind this two-handed sword. Now, I don't know if it's because it was actually like viable or just because it's like easy mode for posers like myself, but I felt like it allowed me some survivability, and it killed them quick enough that combat did not feel as cumbersome. I didn't suck at it as much, is essentially where I'm going. Again, if there's a map, I would love to know how to access it. Okay, I think I just made a big loop. Got this statue. I think I'm supposed to go talk to that guy over there, but first this is going to be something, depending on how much I do on stream of this is going to be something I do all the time, which is basically... It's why I've hesitated to do open world stuff so far, is just because I know I'll get distracted. No, I think last time I probably talked about it a little bit. The graphics setting. I'm getting a locked 60, and I think it's kind of maxed out, but I don't know if I think I had a few hiccups in the starter dungeon, but right now I'm getting a locked 60, so that's good. I think I came out there earlier, so maybe I missed the full boat wreckage. I will say my intention was to actually stream this again live on like I did the first one, but again, there's a little bit of too much going on at the moment. It's sort of bizarre. I have free time because one of my kids is tied up doing some schoolwork. And the other, sadly, is even though it's the beginning of summer, heading back to school for summer research. So I sort of have the place to myself for a little bit. Do I go with the archer ring that I just picked up? Lesser mana. What's this one? Lesser health. Increases range. Like, this is my intention, so I feel like I should go for it. The other one, though, I don't even remember. But I'm not doing much range damage at the moment. But it's good to have it, I guess, for now. So while my daughter's doing that, and while I'm doing, when my wife and son are off getting him settled in for the summer, I can jump on. But at some point, I'm going to have to help my daughter study, I guess. So I don't know when I last saved, but I'm kind of curious how far out can I go. So yeah, if you're looking for like a well-disciplined run of this game, this is not the place to come. This is going to be me meandering, getting easily distracted. Anyway, yeah, I mean, my son was home for a few weeks after school, but, yeah, now he's off to the races again for most of the summer. Can I get up to the top of the statue via this rock? Let's find out. And yeah, so my wife's down, dropping him off. It's just me and my daughter. So, you know, we just went out to dinner and had a nice time chatting. It's beautiful weather outside, so it's one of the nice things is like plenty of restaurants, you know, they cordon off sections for outdoor seating. So we just sat outside, enjoyed the evening. Our little downtown portion of the village was very quiet, very peaceful. It was very nice. And, you know, you keep thinking, you know, like part of the things, you know, there's been a lot of real life going on for the three of us here at Black Lodge. Oh no. Oh no. Let's see where our last checkpoint was. And as the one with like the eldest children of the three of us, I keep thinking, oh, my life's probably the simplest. But life keeps figuring out ways to throw you curveballs. So we will see how the summer goes. I feel like, okay, so you're seeing that little thing next to the statue. In Skyrim, they have sort of these shrines that give you blessings. So I'm wondering, given some of the overlap, or is it just a candle in a stone? Just a candle in a stone. Okay.
There you are. It took you a while. I was getting worried you wouldn't make it. I even realized that I didn't get a chance to introduce myself. I'm Caradoc, your savior. What kept you so long? Figured you would. A place like that doesn't let anyone through easy. But you're standing here, looking healthier than last time. So I'm guessing you found something worth the trouble.
Okay, interesting question. Do we, yeah.
You found him. I'm truly sorry it turned out to be you.
Feels like these are sort of the same.
Well, it seems that the Red Priests managed to succeed in at least one of their experiments. You were able to go deep into the weirdness, survive, and even bring a piece of our king's soul back with you. I don't have to explain that this isn't something that happens every day. My job is to make sure it won't ever happen again. And this means you have to die.
Oh no.
I'm truly sorry.
All right. Whoa. Now, is this like a Dark Souls thing where you're supposed to die? Nope. Shit. I didn't mean to do that. I thought it was a quick time event.
I'm sorry, but that had to be done. You shouldn't leave any
Shit.
lasting damage. I had to get rid of the parasite that infested you a moment ago. You've seen, no, you've felt what he's capable of. This power can't be unleashed on Avalon. Not again. You've found yourself in the middle of a mess that's been brewing for 600 years. Every single time things go down the shitter on this island, a bunch of cowards in Camelot bring our once and future king back from the dead. It's happened before. It will happen again. And soon. My journey, my mission, is to stop this from happening. No, but thanks to you, I finally destroyed a piece of him I couldn't have reached otherwise. And from where I stand, that's progress.
So two things. One, I guess we can sort of infer what happened in that cutscene that I stupidly skipped through. And 2, again, I feel like these dialogue choices are all rewordings of the same thing.
My goal is to destroy King Arthur, to get rid of him, once and for all. There are pieces of his soul scattered across Avalon. I could use help in finding, collecting, and destroying them. What the Red Priests did to you must have been horrible. And yet, you've gained a unique ability to contain Arthur's powers within you. And what can be contained can be killed. That is why your assistance might be of help on my journey. He's the reason the world as we know it is coming to an end. Every time they resurrect him, the weirdness grows stronger. Soon it will cover all of Avalon, and nobody will survive that. I've been cleaning this mess for a long time now, and I truly wish for this nightmare to end. I stand against the most powerful being Avalon has ever seen. This requires caution. What would you do were you in my place? Kindly ask your target if it wants to be killed. Please. And if you really must know, the spell I used on my sword couldn't have harmed you. I knew that, you were surprised, I got the upper hand, and now you're safe and sound. Can we leave this behind, or did I judge you incorrectly and you'd like to waste some more of our time and cry about it some more? The plan is to steal Excalibur, or at least what's hiding within that damned blade. A piece of our king is bound to it, and so it needs to be destroyed. We'll have to cross that bridge when we come to it. The sword is kept in the Horns of the South. It's a fortress, but if someone has this emblem, they can enter freely. Here, pin it to your clothes. If you decide to help me, you should get in without any issues. When you do, find the captain. Brendan's his name. He'll tell you the rest. I have something to do first, but you should get some rest. Judging by the waves, the journey won't be pleasant. Set up a camp and get some sleep. Then we'll sail for the Horns of the South. Ah, and here, have some cobweb. Throw that into the fire and you'll be safe from the weirdness. Just in case I don't come back before nightfall.
From now on, whenever you'd like to rest, level up, or cook something, you can set up a bonfire in the game world. To do this, simply open the quick wheel. Okay. Whispers. Whispers represent fragments of memory unlocked by your mysterious companion. You can discuss these with him by the campfire. Okay. Got points available, Arthur memories. It looks like a shovel. So now let's see if we need to equip it like the pickaxe, or can I just go... Will it just automatically get put to use? It's kind of interesting. I think, I don't know what stream it was. I lose track of all my streams. I don't know if it was a Fable stream. I don't know if it was the last Tainted Grail. At some point I was thinking about... I was talking about, like, what if I just spent the money on a real audio interface instead of one that, you know, has HDMI switches and a bunch of stuff and DSP and blah, blah. Like, if all the money went to... All right, just lets me do it. If all the money went to just the audio interface, would it make a difference? And I don't honestly know, but I will say that I have recently acquired an interface. And right now, I am using Solid State Logic SSL 12, SC Electronics T1 microphone plugged directly into it. No processing in terms of EQ, but I am... So it was kind of an interesting conundrum. Could I do most of what I was doing with my old Roland with an interface that was not really designed to do any of that kind of stuff? And the answer is so far mostly. Now, I don't know if I could have done this with any... what I was saying is at one point I had talked about the Antelope Zen Quadro, which had a lot of the features I was looking for. Namely, I was hoping to get something that would have 4 mic inputs, just in case Patrick, Matt, and I are in the same room. I wanted to be able to record the 4 of us. And you're saying, what? I thought you used to have a Rodecaster Pro 2 with 4 inputs. I did. And that's the fun of this whole stupidity, is that I probably had the thing that was fine. But I didn't love using it. And now I'm giving this a shot to see how it goes. The Zen Quadro, I've heard really mixed things about the software at a minimum. Oh, this is a body I have not uncovered. Let's see. Letter to the Prior. I have left my post at the island asylum to deliver alarming news. My brothers have lost their senses, their souls tainted by a voice. That's not the word. I have proof. Okay, so they're talking about were we ever meant to be torturers? Aren't we supposed to cure the plague instead of indulge the dark powers of the weirdness? Please examine this appeal. Surely you did not compose it, nor do I recognize the fanatic's seal. Okay, so it looks like there may be some conflict within the church. Getting a day-night cycle. I mean, to be expected, but, you know, again, it's nice to see the sort of interactive, living, breathing world kind of stuff. But anyway, yeah, so the question was like, could I get 3 computers and a PlayStation all into my headphones? That's step 1. And the answer is yes. Yes, I was able to do that. 2 of the computers and the PlayStation, they just do their audio through HDMI. Then I run HDMI. I run an audio cable from the monitor into the audio interface. So that's a number of them. USB then goes into my computer, my main computer. That's that one. I'm sort of giving up on the idea of using a microphone on my PlayStation. I haven't played a game on my PlayStation I can't even remember. I mean, you know, I probably streamed something here, but like Demon Souls or something. But, you know, I barely touch it. And usually the only time I would need to do that is if I were playing something in co-op with my brother. And we're doing Baldur's Gate 3, which is going to take us 3,000 years, so...
I should be gone. I should be gone. And yet, here we are. Whatever he tried, it must have failed. Something must have gone wrong. For him. For us, it was a stroke of luck. I felt him strike. For a moment, there was nothing. No weight, no voice, no self. Just silence. But then, you pulled me back, didn't you? Or have I never left? Hatred, yes. That much I understood. But why? What did I take from him that he would go so far? He speaks as if he knows me, as if he has seen something I have not. And yet, I reach for it, and there is nothing. I don't... Not much. That isn't right. I should remember. I should. All I know is that I left my kingdom strong, prosperous. It should have grown. It must have flourished in my absence. No. It seems that I should, but I don't. He knew me, spoke with certainty, with anger. But to me, he's a stranger. If he was a part of my past, then that past has been taken from me. I need to regain it. It seems so. If Caradoc is hunting for more pieces of my soul, we should definitely claim them first. When we do, I should grow stronger. I should remember. I should be whole. Let's go then, young one. Let's not waste any more time. I left my kingdom strong. It should have only grown stronger in my absence. And if something threatens it now, then I will see it restored.
Okay. Rest, level up. Let's try that. Okay. We can go up strength, which is gonna boost armor weight multiplier, stamina, melee damage. See, that's gonna boost up max health, stamina regen. That's our range damage. Noise goes down. Okay. Might do that, because again, I'm looking for a stealth archer. Confirm. And then let's do a skill tree. Okay. Strength, endurance, dexterity. I mean, you know, like this isn't crazy for like a Skyrim style game. Again, I don't know why I just had that little Windows bling, like something connected and disconnected. Let's see what's under dexterity just to parry movement bows. Let's look at bows. Okay. Cook, I don't know if we have So we have 10 ethereal cobwebs. Seems it's time to set sail for the mainland. Boosted our alchemy and something else. I didn't catch it. Made some small health potions.
Ready? Hop on the boat.
So I wonder if we're going to have competing objectives. Do we help Arthur? Do we help Caradoc? So one of the other things, so I got all my computers.
Restless.
Oops.
Waves slamming against the hull as you left the island asylum behind. Caradoc's boat cut through the black waters, its course set for Avalon shores. Then the deep stirred. A shudder ran through the vessel from neither wind nor tide, but from something far below. A presence, ancient and watching. And then it struck. The boat lurched violently, wood splintering as the sea itself rose in fury. A shadow moved beneath the surface, vast, coiling, inescapable. The next wave swallowed everything. Darkness took you. Salt filled your lungs, and then light. The crash of waves, The cold kiss of wet sand. You were alive. The sea had spared you. But not without a cost.
All right, the pin that Caradoc gave me should grant me safe passage to the Horns of the South. Huh. Seeing something out there. I don't know if it's rocks or in the clouds or something ethereal. All right, let's quick save it. Okay. From now on, whenever you're near water and want to catch fish, you can use the fishing rod. To do this, simply open the inventory, locate the fishing rod and equipment. Sure. Currently playing some Fable on the channel, and it's kind of a rather uninspired fishing system, but that's fine. What I want to do is I want to... I want to get some health potions going. Let me eat some undercooked food. That'll slowly... It's sort of a little bit like the healing in Dark Souls 2, where you have the stones that heal over time, and they take effect quickly, but only a little. As opposed to the health potions, which will do more, but a fixed amount. Now, I will say there's only... The lock seems to be broken, so that's probably a return trip. I have heard very little about this game, except for some of the technical things, and then some of the things I've heard involve a dungeon near where you start. So it's showing that as green, so maybe I can talk to this person? Maybe they're like a merchant?
Oh, greetings, kind. Sir? Madam? Right, so, would you perchance be interested in browsing my wares? Only the finest Avalon can offer, and the finest I can offer, that is.
Huh.
Right, of course. Silly me. Oh, you'll have to excuse me. I have very bad eyesight. This is a thing that happens to humans, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it is.
Hello, my fellow students.
Oh, that I do. That I do. It's really hard being a human, isn't it? I mean, we can get hurt so easily. Even falling from a tree could kill us. Can you imagine? Or we could catch an illness that makes our skin crack and blister. Not to mention aging. Don't even get me started on aging. Honestly, being a human sounds so horrifying. I mean, it is horrifying. Anyway, where were we? I'm really not, am I? Oh, I've only been doing this for a short time. A century or so, maybe. I don't have all that many regulars either. Most people either curse at me or run away. I don't understand it. I'm not trying to eat them or even kidnap them. And then there are those who accuse me of trying to trick them. Excuse me! I'm just trying to sell them some trinkets or pretty flowers. Where's the trickery in that? I'm glad you asked. My name is O'Cunnin Cinnamon Sage, and I'm a travelling merchant. I specialise in the various odds and ends I find on my travels. Feel free to take a look at my wares. I'm sure you'll be able to find something interesting. I'd just be grateful if you didn't try to sell me any weapons, or nails, or buckets with iron handles. It's not that I have anything against things made of iron. I simply don't condone violence, that's it.
So it looks like we've got some boosts here to different things. Can't really afford any of them. Oh, that's interesting. Blocking regenerates 100% of the magical damage blocked as mana. Nice. We got some meals. Probably some crafting. Let me see what I can sell. Kind of want to hold on to all this, though. It says it's garbage, so maybe I can... My hope is that it's not going to let me sell stuff that I've got equipped.
Have a safe journey. Try not to get eaten. I'd hate to lose my favourite customer.
All right, there we go. First merchant interaction. Pretty typical. Yeah, so I mean, I was saying, like, I managed to get all my machines into my interface. Then the other thing that I was nervous about was, like, how do you mute? How do I mute my microphone? Because that's something that I find is very important when I'm recording, when I'm streaming. It saves me a lot of time. And it turns out that this thing actually has that sort of built in. But it's not how you expect. So the SSL-12 has 4 mic inputs and has 2 instrument channel inputs. And what this does is it allows you to toggle between the mic input and the instrument input. And so what I do is I just, when I want to mute, I toggle my microphone input to the instrument, and that mutes it. So it was not What I was, I've got a Stream Deck, and that's how I've applied like a noise gate and some compression. If I wanted to do EQ, I could, and maybe I will. Right now, this is not EQ'd though. Sort of the raw signal. So I was sort of pleasantly surprised, like, oh wait, okay, so I do kind of have a mute button. So that took care of that. I was expecting to have to figure out how to mute from the Elgato Stream Deck. But it wasn't necessary. So that was a nice surprise. So the last thing I need to do is I need to figure out how to get my microphone signal, which normally goes to my main PC, which I'm playing and recording on right now, to my work computer, the MacBook Pro, in case I need to do a Zoom call or something from that, and I don't want to log in with 3 different Zoom accounts. So I have some thoughts on how I might be able to try that. And if I do, again, it's not a pretty solution, but I am genuinely surprised, if it works, that I would have been able to basically do everything I've been doing with my old Roland or the Rodecaster Pro 2 with this SSL 12. And again, like, I don't need... Okay, some crafting material, I assume. Anyway, so that's just, it's a long-winded way to say that I've been pleasantly surprised by how this has gone so far. Again, I feel like the microphone stuff on the Roland was pretty good. It was obviously pretty good on the Rodecaster Pro 2, although I do feel like I forgot you could sort of charge up your yeah, the trick with it is that it's not quite as it's not like there's a big fat mute button or something signaling there to tell me it's muted. It's just making sure I remember that little green light means that the line input is selected. But yeah, so again, like, everything sounded good before. The Roland, I didn't necessarily love the Rodecaster Pro 2 on some levels because I felt like it had settings that were sort of dummy proof, and it had pretty limited EQ options. You only had like 3 EQ, which is probably fine. The Roland was pretty robust in that sense. It had like 10 EQ points you could fire off. So yeah, so I mean, like, and then the SSL 12 has something called like a 4K button, which some people say makes, like, it boosts up the volume a little bit. Some people say it adds a little presence to the top. And by the end, when I was EQing on the Roland, I was basically just at, just having like a cut on the bass. And then adding some top end. I feel like... I need to figure out a fast way to switch. So at some point, you know, maybe I'll add a little of that EQ. The Elgato Wavelength EQ is actually pretty good. It's just not, it's not a DSP, so it uses up your CPU cycles to do it. So I'm trying not to do too much in that regard. I do, you know, I do have a compressor and a limiter on there, so I'm sure that's using up some CPU cycles, but so one of the things I heard about this game, besides some of the technical things that come later in the game, is that there's a lake near the start of the game that has a dungeon in it. Oh. I don't know if this is that lake. Now what I want to do is I want to see if I can get to that corpse over there. Now, this very well might be the lake, and I might just not know how to... Oh, here we go. Bloodstains in the circle. Again, is there a map? I would love for there to be a map. Okay, we can talk to him.
You shouldn't be here. This is no place for the living. Poor sod. I pity you. I think my name was Mallory. I wandered in search of meaning. Until one night, a very special dream came to me. In that dream, a beautiful, towering flower whispered to me, "You will find me, if you want me, in the garden." And so, I resolved to seek that place. This is what I found, from the rain to the gutter. I suppose it's what lies beyond those ever-watching, ever-listening doors. They wait for our next move. Soon, it will all be decided. When we finish our little conversation, all will be set in motion.
So it's giving you some stat check options. I do not have spirituality of 10 or more, strength of 10 or more, so I'm nervous that this may be a later dungeon that I'm not supposed to be at right now.
That's a good question, but I do not know the answer. I've grown weary of seeking it. Too much time spent in a loop of nasty thoughts. The slaughter has come to pass. A foul affair. Brutal beyond measure. Many lives reduced to one. Just me, all on my lonesome. Humans have a rather dreadful tendency to descend into madness, especially when forced to live among others in a cage like that one. You could try counting. I grew tired of that long ago. We slaughtered one another until, after countless hours, I awoke from the frenzy, only to find there was nobody left to kill. Poor Alice and Edan. Those were the last two I killed. Those two I remember most clearly. Their bodies lie somewhere over there. It's staggering, isn't it? How many good lives have been wasted in this wretched place. You should not ask me. The Druids created this place. They called it the Hall of Trials, as they sought to find a worthy pet for themselves. We all wanted to see the garden, to learn something from those cunning vermin. I doubt they expected such an outcome themselves. I cannot. I am bound to it for eternity. Perhaps we should finish our conversation. There's no point in dragging it out anymore. If I could ask you one thing, try. Just try. I truly wish to leave this place for good.
Ooh. Okay, let's see what the last... my fear is that the last checkpoint is before that conversation.
You shouldn't be here. That too. If I
Woof. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to load last checkpoint. And I'm not going to talk to him because I don't believe I'm ready for this. Or is there something to this option? Nope, that just knocked the shit out of me. shit. Shit. Get out of there. Damn it. Okay, so so now I'm in a tough spiral here because now I'm sitting there going, I think this might be doable. Let's try it again. What spell do I actually have equipped? What is this one? Burning Ember. I could also do Blood Transfusion. Let's try that, just see what happens. Can't tell if that's actually... I think the advantage at least is that I think this is supposed to heal me. I just feel like I'm not doing any damage. Nope, shit. Is that healing me? I can't... It is healing me, right? Like a little bit? Oh, shit. There we go. Parrying sword +1, very nice. Whew. Let's do a quick save. Looks like that opens the door to the dungeon. Let's check out some of this new swag. What do we got? We've got... Don't have the stats for it, so that's something. Tornkeeper's armor has higher armor, but I've got a bonus to my health. What about this one? I feel like I should just drop these. Okay. What about this? Now, as for this, can we use the parrying sword? There we go. Do a quick save. So I was a little skeptical of that blood magic, but that seemed to do the trick once I realized I should just fire it off. Oh, I'm out of arrows. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so I mean, that was terrible, but it looks like what they do is they just swarm you, hit you, and do a little damage, and you're done. Notes on the Seekers. Humanity is a burden, not a gift. The Seekers enter with hope, but I wonder, can they retain what they seek? With each passing week, more of them arrive. Alice, Mallory, Samuel, Balick. It's fascinating to observe them, fascinating to know that some strange yearning for something more has drawn them to our hidden place. I'll take that note. Anyway, but to get back to what I was saying, just a long-winded way of saying that I managed to do everything I wanted to do with this SSL 12 that I used to do.
The king! Oh, the king! What has been done to him? What does it mean for us, mere humans? The sealed gate! The sealed gate! The children of the garden cry! Behold! The garden suffers! No point in pursuing further! Have you seen the flower? It's beautiful! The king!
Okay, so we've maxed out all of his dialogue like a Souls game. Anyway, yeah, so I managed to do everything I did with the other devices, and the interesting side effect, like I said, the Rodecaster Pro 2, I think if I ever got one of those again, I would get a Rodecaster Duo. The problem is, though, let's see, Hall of Trials. The garden and the Hall of Trials must be intertwined, not just by the land or the place itself, but by something deeper. We must hope that those gathering in the Hall of Trials will endure. Pridwin has already noted the first sign of conflict, a bone of contention. How human of them. Perhaps we need it. We've been sitting too deep within our own minds for far too long. Like the Rodecaster Pro Duo probably would have been a better fit at some point, but again, I was like, oh, maybe I would have 4 XLR ports in case we ever get in the same room, et cetera, but I just didn't care for aspects of it. Some things I really liked. I liked the faders, the mute button, like some of it was really good, but I didn't like the EQ, and I didn't like the effects. It was really good really good for, EQ for dummies kind of stuff, but it was a little too simplistic. And then when I got the Roland, I was like, oh, this is actually a little more nuanced, and I felt like I was getting better sound with, like, for a little while with my SM7B. This one, the SE Electronic, I feel like is just a breeze to work with. I'm a really big fan of it. I get why everybody was talking up like the SE Electronics 4400. 4400 then had sort of like the T2 as its equivalent, and then they made like little brothers of those that had less features on board, which I don't need. The SE Electronics 4100, which is what I almost went with, or the SE Electronics T1. Now the T1, the 4100, they're sort of equivalent. The only difference is I think one has like a titanium capsule and the other one has gold. So one titanium sort of is faster to respond, means it's a little better at the high end. These, again, I don't know any of this stuff. This is just from the reviews. So, well, but the point is that, like, I don't know if I wasn't EQing this one much at the end of the day on the other one either. And what's been interesting is that once I took away the Roland, so far in my testing, I think I've mentioned on a few streams, I've had real trouble with Riverside, and I've sort of just wrote off that it's never going to work. Riverside actually has been working better. So, and it's not like my camera was plugged into the Roland. It wasn't. But something about having the Roland plugged in was jamming up Riverside from working. Since then, like, my camera's been fine. I can open up OBS at the same time. Nothing, chokes. It's been, yeah.
Behold, the garden suffers.
Is the same?
Point in pursuing further. Look.
So if I can get my mic audio into my MacBook Pro now, then I'll be all set. So it's just a matter of, can I figure out a workaround? Because again, none of this is going exactly as it's supposed to, but there's so many outputs and enough inputs on this thing that I'm able to, so far, fingers crossed, do everything I want to do. And it's the thing, like, I had the Roland that could do everything on board, the DSP. The Elgato Wavelength software can do all of that equally well. It's just handled by your computer, not by a DSP on the device. So I don't know how much of a difference those CPU cycles are going to make on things like gaming or recording and gaming at the same time. So far, oh shit. So far, whatever. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Last health potion. And then I immediately hit the wrong button. Wrong button again. I'm hitting B to dodge like it's a Souls game. It is not. Again, I thought this is supposed to heal. I'm just out of mana. Okay, that was an unpleasant surprise. Is it better to go with the magic at a range or try the two-handed, try and beat them to death and parry at the same time? Let's see where the checkpoint puts me. So in that sense, like I have these Stream Deck Pluses anyway. So I was having two devices that could both sort of do the same thing. Can I just... So the right stick is doing some kind of power, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like letting me see the weird, if it would highlight something if I was meant to see it. Can I stealth a shot or two at this thing? Oh, I'm out of arrows. Doesn't matter. Okay, let's see if this works. Again, it opens up the bestiary, so let's see. Distant kin of the Kurlgast. The Maragast is no mindless brute. It does not charge or crush. It watches, waits, and then strikes from afar. It's milky. Its eye, milky and unblinking, does not merely see. It pierces, a single gaze, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Seems more like flavor text than actually... So now there were 3 of them.
When be? Why is he not among us? Where?
Okay, we got one out there. He's coming. I don't think I'm going to be able to take 2. So let's see where the last checkpoint is. I thought I quick saved. I don't know what it's going to count. If it's going to be after the first one's down. I'm seeing like 4. Am I seeing 4? 1. I feel like if you're looking at the compass, I see 1, 2. Am I seeing 5? I don't have Pridewind Seal, so that's not going to work. Like if I could just do one at a time. I'm just gonna YOLO it just to see. Okay. You know what I should do? Let me see if there's a way to make a bonfire. Again, one at a time, maybe. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, I might have to come back. Let me just load this last checkpoint. I don't dig the magic in this case, unless maybe I'm using the wrong spell. Let me see. Let me see if I can make a bonfire anywhere. I'm going to assume that I can't make a bonfire in a dungeon, but let me just double check. So anyway, I mean, again, repeating myself, needless to say, I've been really happy with this device so far. It was a lot cheaper than that Antelope Quadro I'd been talking about. I'd heard really sketchy things about the Quadro's drivers. And maybe it wouldn't have been enough to... maybe it wouldn't have been enough to bother me too much, but it was probably going to be almost twice as expensive as the SSL-12. It would have done DSP, it would have had 4 inputs, but again, I've heard that like there are so many issues with Antelope products that like Sweetwater stopped selling them. And to me, like, I don't know. To me, that says something, I gotta say. Again, I want to go here, but if I want to run out of... Yeah, what is this general? Let's see. Executioner, stagger, enemies... I mean, I think, you know, if a company like Sweetwater takes a stand like that, I feel like that's, Oh. That's saying something? Wow, there's a lot of, there's a lot of skills. Okay, dexterity, let's see, movement, attack speed, parry. I'm doing that a lot, so let's do that. Am I doing that? Okay. Oh, here we go. Map. What do we got? We've got Blood Lake, Horns of the South. I think that's probably where I'm trying to go. Let's keep going. Let's see if there's a way to, again, like sort of pick them off one at a time. That would be the... There's also a part of me that's curious to see what happens when you leave a dungeon and come back in. But anyway, yeah, so like the antelope, like I said, it would have cost almost twice as much. You know, I've heard some things about the software to the point where, again, like Sweetwater does not sell antelope products. A lot of reviews, though, were like, yeah, it's, you know, it's fine. It's good. But I don't know how long, like if they had a lot of long-term use under their belts. And then, again, like, you know, and I can do the DSP stuff. It's not literal, but with the wavelength. I don't have two things that can sort of cover the same ground. If that makes sense. I gotta say, I wish there was a way to... I wish there was a way to craft more arrows or not worry about arrows, honestly. Like, so if I'm doing a lot of if I'm doing a lot of melee damage, let me see what my rings are. Max stamina, max health. Those are pretty good. Okay, I'm only seeing 4 down there, so... I don't know what the weird power is that I have if I click the right stick. So at least like in Oblivion or Skyrim, like that eyeball would start to fill up as I was getting detected to sort of give you a chance to reposition or recover. I don't know what this is telling me. If it's just telling me I'm in danger of being discovered. I actually thought... Totally whiffed there. Still seeing 4. 2 are close by over there. Might as well drop it on. I mean, I've got nothing else going on. Oh, you know what? I'm seeing a lot of enemies, but again, some of these are going to be like the little blue things that fly at you and explode. So it's probably not all of these lizard people. There's one inside that doorway. I think I was dealing with 3 total. Nope, wrong button, wrong button. There we go. Again, one at a time, not a bad, not a bad thing. When I was getting ganked by 3 of them, forget it. Now, are there, there were maps. No, there's no maps in dungeons. Maybe that's part of the problem. Kept looking for a map in the opening dungeon, but if there's none in the dungeons, there's none in the dungeons. Another one of those things. Oh. Maybe getting a little better? Maybe I'm speaking too soon. Let me do a quick save.
Have you seen the flower? It's beautiful. There is no me. There is no us.
I can't recall if that's one we already heard.
Sealed gate. The sealed gate. The children of the garden cry.
Okay, that one definitely. I wasn't sure about that sealed gate comment. Oh, shoot. Crap. Wrong button. Nope. Shit. So I'm out of undercooked food, so I can't heal anymore. And I felt like I did okay against the... Well, I didn't realize it had magic to throw at me. Now that I do... The question is maybe, can I go around the other way and pick off the melee guy before the magic guy. Shit.
What a grim moment this is. I had hoped that poor wretch, Mallory, would be the last unfortunate trapped by the farce we created. Of course, I should feel obliged to greet you at the very beginning. My name is Pridwin, and I am the last druid in this garden, and its last living creator. I know what this place used to be. But now the garden is tainted, like all of us. I assume this is the answer to the meaning we've been searching for. The first resurrection of Arthur shattered our understanding of the eternal cycle. It was beyond our comprehension. We needed to take a step back, and for that we needed a place of peace. The idea of a garden reminded us of the quiet murmur, and so we created the garden. We really believed that we could reinvent humanity in a world like that. Unthinkable. Even now, after so many years, the king was dragged back to the land of the living whenever humanity sought its legendary protector. It turned out to be abuse. To take the memory of a life so precious and full of potential and turn it into a cruel mockery, step by step, over and over, leading it to its inevitable degradation. Not in the way I expected, but yes, I have found the answers. The source of our doom is humanity itself. It's an infinite jest and the perfect tragedy of our lives. That which makes us human is a hindrance that complicates everything. We never truly know what we are or the nature of our lives until we succumb to corruption. Whether it is born of madness or the weirdness, the result remains the same. Only then does everything begin to appear as it truly is. This place is like a terrifying mirror, and so it will remain, unless something is done to change it.
Man, I wish I had higher stats. I've been kind of digging some of the skill checks.
What has already happened cannot be undone. There is only one thing left to do, to bring it to an end. There is a sealed gate. Beyond it lies something that must be destroyed. Whether to face this terror or not, the choice is yours. If you consider that to be your path, then here, take the seal.
Nice. Okay, so I leveled up again, I guess?
Abomination born from a futile and wasted life. The child of our vain pursuits.
Okay, I've reached the heart of the garden. Praedwin, a druid, has asked me to slay a terror. I'm in no shape to slay this terror. I don't think I can set a bonfire here again because it's a dungeon. Oh, I'm fully healed though. Ooh, all right. It amazes me how many of the druidic potions I've created are fragrant, floral, vividly colorful, and strongly alcoholic. They evoke nostalgia for simpler times when alchemy meant foraging in forests and finding simple solutions to complex problems. Sometimes I wonder if we've strayed too far from the path, complicating both life and craft unnecessarily. These potions also teach us about cost. Shortcuts to greatness always demand sacrifice, a truth of both alchemy, life itself. If only the druids had heeded this lesson themselves, perhaps they'd still be here crafting their intoxicatingly wise brews, but they're gone. And here I am, rifling through their remnants and sampling their creations. Poor souls. May the All-Mother watch over them. Okay, so I've got something that increases jump height. I've got something that decreases fall damage. There's a part of me that... There's still one magic user left. There's a part of me that wants to crack open the door and see what's in there, but also wants me, the part of me that wants to just go outside, level up, spend the points and see if I can craft anything. Okay, aromatic remedies. So I've got these flame resins, so maybe there's a way I can add some fire damage to my sword that might help. So now I wonder, since there's no monsters left, can I set it? No, okay. I'm gonna quick save. Nothing for the autofill slots. What have I got here? I've got a weak health potion. That's not much. Rejuvenation potion, that could be, it's like a good buff. Let's see, resets your skill and stat points. Okay, so if I want to undo it. Flame resin, coats weapon for 60 seconds. Let me, can I put that in? No. Okay, so just quick save. Let's just see. This is going to go poorly. Okay. Let's load the last checkpoint. Hopefully that's before the fight starts. We're going to come back. So the thing I sort of saw there is that it summoned an add-on, but that summon went down pretty quickly. I don't think I was here. Oh, nice. I'm missing... What am I missing for this small health potion? Strange toe. Okay. Cannot be sure if it was months, years, or decades. Time is blurred beyond recognition, but what did happen undeniably was the slaughter. I'm not sure what we were expecting. Mallory remained alone in the Hall of Trials. The gates did not open. For some reason, we cannot force them. The garden is taking control of us. Sage Dunaran has just let go of all of his humanity, leaving himself hollow. Is this the fate that awaits us all? Humanity's greatest flaw is its endless yearning for meaning where none exists. king is dead, he should be. That would be the natural order of things, but now each stone we place in this garden reflects a truth we are unwilling to face. This ugly thing that has happened has shattered the fragile shell of our beliefs, exposing the raw, festering wound of our ignorance. We claim to understand humanity, but now I wonder, are we not simply echoes of a lost purpose, desperately clinging to illusions of meaning? We must rediscover our understanding of our place in this world. Okay, it says charge a soul stone. I wonder if that's going to be like, gosh, what are the ones in the Skyrim world where the soul gems? Did I read that already? The soil whispers as we shape it, yet the whispers speak not of life, but our decay, our decay, the decay of our minds, our paradigm, and everything we knew until this point. Now we try to create a sanctuary, a place where our knowledge might bloom once more, yet all we have unearthed are the roots of our own despair. The more we dig, the more we bury ourselves beneath the weight of our questions. What are we? If not creatures destined to unravel beneath the very answers we seek. I think we need something else. Maybe someone from the outside. Speaking of the outside, let's head out and level up. Maybe we can cook. So there's something with like the weirdness fog. So I'm wondering if that's what all that gold stuff was I was seeing the last time I popped my head out. I don't know what it means. Or is it just something that happens at night? So this raises a question. So if I try this boss again, do I just sort of bum rush him? What is optimal dash? Okay, defines how many times you can dash. Okay, so it looks like I can do 2 dashes. Don't have anything there. drop that there. Oh, there's even like an alchemy. Okay. Looking at the compass, I see like the little alchemy bottle. So it was telling me, hey, there's something here you should go check out, and I just missed it. Okay, so that thing's tough, obviously. I'm wondering if I should have just hit the other guy's gonna get on. Like, will it make it a one-on-one fight if I just take out the summon real quick? That's going poorly. Let's try the magic, and then I might not have it. I'm gonna load one more time. I don't think I have this. That's not what I'm doing. What I want to see is if it's. I want to see if it's giving me some kind of level indicator. Couldn't really tell. Okay, so let's shit. Let's save this for another time when I get stronger. I think I'm level 5 right now. So I will come back. MacArthur style, I will return. You know what I might do? I might see if it gives me a level. So there doesn't seem to be anything stopping me from just running full tilt as much as I want. So maybe athletics is a pretty easy skill to get up. But the rumors were true. There is a dungeon there in that lake right near where you start, so it's a good thing to check out. Not that I was able to do it, but I feel like I gained a couple levels in there. That end boss, I'm just not quite sure. Just not sure if I'm up to it yet, which is fine. I just need to get there. Okay, this is where I... This is where I started, that's where I went, okay. I gotta say, like, man, I know I said this first, I'm really enjoying what this game offers. I think it looks great. I think it plays really well so far. I feel like the voice acting is really good. The music's spot on. It definitely has a very grim, dark, sort of semi-metal aesthetic, and it goes for it in a way that I genuinely appreciate. Yeah, this has been really good so far. I never expected to... I don't know what I'm trying to say. I find this a lot more interesting. It's not as, I guess, smooth as Skyrim. Skyrim let me go right into being a stealth archer. And I feel like so far I'm having more luck with two-handed. Arrows are very plentiful in a Elder Scrolls game. They just sort of hand them to you. And maybe there's one arrow is better or preferable to another, but at least you have them. What I don't know is, are there dangers to worry about in the water? I haven't seen any fish or anything so far, but... Okay. A little nervous I'm going to run out of air.
I'll fight till I die! take you down with me! You fight like a milkmaid! I will be your downfall!
Whoops. Okay, so that was a little sloppy. I feel like, again, the magic is not... I feel like I'm having better luck with the two-handed weapon.
Remain vigilant.
Such a cheap shot!
I feel like I'm not parrying this very well. I don't know if I was too quick, too slow, but I feel like I was missing all the parry timings. I'm not getting the stab damage. Let me try something. Oh, I don't have the dexterity. Haha. So I'm not getting the bonus.
Don't let your guard down.
Nope, that was too soon.
Show me what you're made of.
Your wealth is ours. Your own is making me angrier.
Okay. All right. Let me. You know what I'm gonna do? Let me Let me see. It's gonna put me on the shore. Let me just pause here, and I'll try and pick it up and keep going. But yeah, I'm just gonna pause here for a little bit, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm back. It's actually a little. Okay, so I'm back finally. Took a little bit longer on my end to get back than I expected, but for you, it's hopefully no time at all. So I was contemplating what to do here, thinking, again, am I not quite up to the task of taking on 3 of these guys? Again, I wish I had arrows. That looks like something I can mine. Got an archer there, an archer behind him. A couple guys over there. I don't think they get trigger, and then that guy. Can I, for lack of a better phrase, can I kite these guys? Now, at the same time, should I switch the order of my weapons? At the same, I mean, sort of what I'm thinking is like, now, I was going to say I do swing the sword when they're getting close.
pull the arrows out of my body? Is that an option?
You are nothing but a...
Yeah, it's gonna kill me if I don't get out of the way.
I'll strike you down. You're out of your depth.
Okay, so weak opening moves. I sort of was underthrowing those fireballs initially by a significant chunk here.
Cheap shot. Tis just a flesh wound. I will be your downfall. I see.
Okay, one down. That's not good.
I will bleed you. Oh my God! Pay for that. I'm not scared of you. I'll teach you to respect me. Your money. Yours I. I'm not giving up yet. I'll make you pay for that. Say your prayers.
Nope. B continues not to be... God damn. Continues not to be the dodge button. Okay, so what I'm going to do is... I was tempted to use the bane, the phrase that's the bane of my existence. That feels like it's doable. I don't know. I was able to get the first guy down. I was able to get a single arrow. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back. And I think I'm going to... I want to go to that boat. That's what I want to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. And I think there is a path. I don't want to say intended. But I'm back here at the starting beach, and I'm just kind of curious, like, where do these starting paths go? So let's just give those a shot, because if you think about it, I think I'm a couple hours into this run, and I've basically accomplished nothing. I feel like basically what I've done is I've mostly cleared out that cave under the lake. But I kind of hit a wall there. And maybe it's just my lack of skills with a Z, I don't know. But and then the second thing is I started wandering off the path, and I don't quite, you know, I don't know the mechanics of this game. I don't know if this game does certain things with leveling. I don't know how any of it works. So, yeah, let's go. I think this is the path I'm looking. Yeah, it's okay. So now this thing has the glow of like the weird that I was seeing all over the place when I would come to camp out at night.
Oi! Oi! Where do you think you're going? This is my spot. You can, take the other side. Just don't get greedy. What do you think? It's good material. Be a shame to leave it rotting in the ground. Doesn't hurt that it pays well, if the keepers don't catch you. But they're barely around anyway. Aye, it is. So what? It's just stone. Not like I'm chopping up the man himself. Maybe he'd be more respected if his entire bloody kingdom wasn't in a shambles. What kind of king leaves no heir, only to show up now and then, wave his sword and fix nothing? This statue's done more for me and my family than Arthur ever did.
What I'm digging about this is not just the dark fantasy, but also sort of flipping the mythology of Arthurian mythology on its head, right? Because, like, usually King Arthur is a folk hero. And here what we've got is King Arthur, you know, the person who sort of failed. And maybe there's more to the King Arthur legend than I know. But I appreciate that it's flipping it on its head a little bit there. So I keep just grabbing everything because I feel like at some point I'm either going to need to cook it for undercooked meals, or I'm going to hopefully have what I need to turn things into health potions. Let me see if this is the same guy. Oh, it is. Okay, cool.
Some folks have grand ideas. Me? I just do what needs doing.
What's cool about it is that he has a little bit of a routine where he goes outside, he does this thing, he comes inside, ignores that I'm stealing all his food. Not woe at the two enemies down there, one enemy over there kind of thing. More woe. Just impressed by the scale of this cave so far. Oh, shit. Okay, well that went poorly. I assume somebody's activated down there, right? This feels like it's a different exit. I might pop my head out just to see where it places me. It's sort of like in Dragon's Dogma. There were a couple times when you had to like traverse the mines to get from one section to the map the other. I don't know if there were too many ways. I don't know if it was just a shortcut, but there was definitely some places where like it would cut through the mountains or you could have to go like a long way around. Oh, we're gonna go back in. Just wandering undead. Okay, let's let's go back in. Hopefully they don't come through the area transition. Again, no maps in dungeons. Oh! Pick it up. Cabra demon strat here. Get up on the ledge. Nope. Do I want... I'm not... what I'm going to try is this. Let's put magic in this hand. Let's put a shield in this hand. I was mostly just spasmodically dodging, but maybe this will give me... I mean, because I'm not using my sword in that attack, so let's... I don't know if that went any better. Okay. Shield doesn't seem to be mattering, because I'm not really blocking, I'm just dodging. Let's go with a two-handed sword and see how much damage we can do each hit. What I don't like about what's happening at the moment is that I'm just getting my ass kicked by everything at the end of the fights. And the reason why that bothers me is it's telling me that, damn it, I'm just not good enough, basically. Because what I'm guessing is that I have, you know, I have what I need to get through most of the dungeons. And then I keep blowing it. So I feel like that's telling me, like, it's not the level, it's the skill. Unless they just completely misjudged all the difficulty spikes at the end of the dungeons, but I don't think that's the case. Also, it's a profound lack of health potions. Let's mix it up a little bit here. Let's get Wooden Club +2. No, let's put a shield. Still not the right weapon, though. I want the heavy club. There we go. Wish I could actually light the bonfire, though. Like if there's like a campsite. This is where I dropped down from. So if there's a campsite in the dungeon, I wish that was sort of like a little bit of a checkpoint, but it doesn't seem to be. Let me see if it'll let me do it, though. Nope. I mean, I get it, right? I get it. Okay, so, oof. That's a drop down. How do I get back up, though? So my fear is that's a drop down, and over here is a drop down. So how do I get out? "13th of Birch Moon. They say I'm chasing shadows, but I'll search every patch of these lands if there's something new to be found. Folk think I'm mad, but what do they know of discovery? I'll go where others won't, even if it means pushing past common sense. 2nd Alder Moon. There's talk in the old writings of a cave by the western shore where people once knew things. Ways to heal, they say. But maybe there's more to it. Who knows what's waiting in those dark spaces? Guess I'll see for myself. 19th of Hawthorn Moon. Lies. All lies." So it was nice I was able to sneak past the creature under there. Let's take a look at some of this new equipment we've got just in case. Be great to be able to put this Face of the Last Man on, but I don't have the stats for it. So I've got a new ring, increases health by 5. Oh, interesting. So the Geographer's Ring helps you move faster, but just when you're exploring, not when you're actually fighting, which that's cool. So now there's two passages over here. Did I try both? One I thought went to the door with the undead. Which might be this one, and it's giving me the quest marker over it. And I'm sure then I must have scoped the top passage, but let me just double check. I think it's just a drop down over the door. So I think for the most part I've explored this cave. I don't have what it takes to fight that boss monster. I guess I could try one more time with this club. Whoa. All right. Whew. Not bad at all. All right. Maybe I'm the best at this game that's ever lived. No, not really, obviously. So I wonder if there's some, like, you know, obviously that thing looked like it would be tough skinned. Is it going to resist slashing? Does it have that kind of defense? Bugain, born a druidic folly. They hunt by sound. Well, it doesn't give you much detail on them, but or maybe it's just having a weapon that does like twice as much damage. That helped. See if there's anything I can cook. Undercooked food is fine for now, just because cooked vegetables, nice. Because one, it ups, as you just saw, it ups my cooking, and two, I've gotten turned around. And 2, at least it heals me a little bit. So first and foremost, do I make a campfire? I've already cooked. Do I have any points? No. No. Okay. I guess I just rest. This might have been a mistake. So it's borrowing a little bit from, I guess you could say, Elden Ring, where you sit at a site of grace and then like the maiden comes and speaks to you here. King Arthur will come and speak to you at times, I guess, to help advance the story. If I had more health potions, I'd probably give the boss under the lake another shot. But let me level up a little bit more. Level 5 at the moment. Most of the way to level 6. Half of the way, maybe. A little over halfway. What I really want to do is I want to find arrows. This is just all the same shoreline. No, I came from there, so this is a little bit different.
Look what you've done, you fool. It's always the same with you. Beat them up first, ask questions later, damn it. And now we have no gold, no nothing, just a pile of old stones and a dead body.
No, come off it. Let's just take what he had and let's get out of here.
What he didn't have shut. A piece of iron and a slip of paper. You can't even wipe your ass with it. And you said he was supposed to be some great lord.
Dear Alias, you, my most faithful companion, are my only hope. Go to the All-Mother's shrine, perform the following ritual, and bring me the amulet. You will surely be gifted. Granny said that you need to make an offering of a rose, some sage, and a feather. This is my last hope to save my beautiful daughter. Return safely and may the All-Mother protect you. Now, I think Lady Cardia. I should have those. Now I wonder why it's not letting me. I thought I had those items. Bag. I need a do I not have any? I thought I had roses. A feather. I've got a feather. I should have sage. Do I not have sage? Did I use sage to make food? Do I not have a rose? Did I... Got to figure out how the, weapons, magic, armor, jewelry, no, relics, potions, consumables, crafting. I might not have roses if I have this rose potion to heal. I'm not seeing any sage either, so I've got the feathers. Okay, well, at least it makes sense. Is there, okay, is this on my map? It is, okay. So roses are easy to get because they're in the... in that cave in the blood-soaked lake. And I thought that's where I also got some sage, but... Oh, look at that. So I think the thing I was saying in the first session, and I think I need to remind myself of it, is that I need to... Because I don't like this kind of combat in an Elder Scrolls game, I just sort of hit buttons and not really care what I'm doing, which is, if you're watching my Fable run, that's sometimes what I get going on there. I just sort of mash the buttons, and, you know, combat takes care of itself on some level because I'm not super interested. Oh, fast travel. Nice. Here I'm realizing, one, I'm enjoying a little bit more, as I've said, and two, I just need to take it a little slower. And maybe it'll all work out. What I really want to do is I'm wondering if this will ever change my mind on Kingdom Come Deliverance. This one's easy. Because I instantly did not like that combat. But I'm wondering if this will make me warm up to it, or is this just more interesting, more dynamic, I guess. Where Kingdom Come Deliverance has gone for something more granular, realistic, and it's just, I thought it was a little tedious. Like, do I just go all in on like a battle mage? Ooh. Nice. Ethereal cobweb, nice, that helps. Huh, what was that? Okay, so it seems to follow me, so I seem to be in the center of this circle. Now I can't tell if those are new drowners that just respawned. Like, is that part of the weird? Like, it sort of repopulates the monsters? Should I just mine in the middle of a paranormal spiritual storm? Yes. Oh, interesting. Unexceptional, unidentified item. Actually hoping they were roses, but let's see what that molten lightning is. Oh, interesting. Decreases stamina cost. Okay. I don't have the dexterity or strength for it yet, but... Probably isn't good. Okay, a little busted AI, but that's okay. Oh, interesting. All right. Strange toe was something I needed for something. I think a health potion. Let's take a look at that stuff. 3 spirituality, don't have that. Perfect. I guess if I want to go all in on spells, I should up my spirituality and start Seeing what's up. Looks like there's some more enemies here. Are they more of those red caps? Okay, so it looks like, yeah, that eye definitely gets brighter as you get more detected, I guess. It's subtle, but, there we go. Yeah, I am sort of starting to see it. Or is it just a skeleton? If it's a skeleton, that's... Drowner. Those are also doable. Again, in the filthiest way possible. One more out here, it looks like. Looks like we got through the night with all that weird stuff going on. Okay, a druidic shrine, nice. Make an offering of animal parts. I must have that. Give spoiled meat. I've got 11 of those. Now, is that a permanent thing or is that a timed bonus? I'm hoping it's permanent. Because, yeah, because I would never come back and, like, just to get that additional bonus, but maybe it's something that helps you, like, in the next area or something.
So much for a secluded cave keeping visitors away. Seems like there's no one on this island to hide in peace. Oh well, since you're here, I have an important question. Do you have any food?
I promise to answer all of your questions, no matter how annoying or asinine they might be. But first, do you have any food?
Oh dear.
Yes, food.
I'm not doing myself any favors here.
Mouth to make sure your body doesn't wither and die, you know? Fish, meat, vegetables, bread. Oh, some bread would be especially nice. But I'll take anything, really. No, I cannot. My doctrine forbids me from killing any living being, even one as mindless and insignificant as a fish. Or that of an annoying trespasser who won't stop tormenting a starving man with inane questions.
So you can eat fish, but you can't kill it. I call bullshit. Let me give him an egg.
Thanks. I'll be forever indebted to you. But don't expect much. The only payment I can offer you is seashells, or, access to an infinite well of ancient druidic wisdom. I'd rather you choose wisdom. I threw out my collection of seashells a few days ago after I stepped on them with my bare feet. Much better. Time for a nap. Oh, except you're still here. Oh no, don't tell me you still have questions. My name is Drest, and I am the local hermit. I don't understand your skepticism. I live alone in a cave, collect seashells, and occasionally talk to crabs. What else could I be? But didn't you know? There are no more druids. The mob rounded them all up, stuffed them into a giant wicker man, and lit a fire. Their screams could barely be heard over the roaring flames, but the stench of the burning flesh easily overwhelmed the smell of blazing wicker. Its glow painted the sky in reds and yellows for the entire night. Don't be silly. How could I have been there if I'm here now? Some years ago? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Can we change the subject? I'm sure there are more interesting things we could be talking about. Well, I live here, obviously. Why not? It's a perfectly good cave, albeit a bit drafty and damp. Well, it could be better, to be honest, but we can't all live in mansions, can we? The same way you did, I presume. I'm giving you truthful answers. That's all you should ever hope for.
Okay, legends say that the All-Mother, in grief for her children's suffering, sowed sage under the moonlight, granting its silvery leaves her blessing. Okay, so this is about sage. It's got restorative powers. More than a medicine, sage is a relic of divine compassion. And if one must indulge mortal cravings, it lends a fine flavor to meats. So that unlocked a new recipe. Or maybe talking to the druid unlocked the recipe. So I assume I could sort of swim around but eventually it looks like I'm going to hit the edge of the map. Some underground ruins there. I don't know if they actually mean anything or if it's just decoration. Okay, some archery potions, nice. Oh, 10 arrows, nice. Yeah, I mean, I'm on the verge of like abandoning archery, even though that's how I tend to want to play these games, only because I'm not getting many arrows, and also because let's be honest, like the melee shit is working. I think I've hit the edge of the map. You know what? Is this sort of the back entrance to this city? Might be. You know what? Let's stop here. Let's stop here. Okay, so a couple of bits of nonsense. One, I am genuinely loving this game I don't know what I expected either way. I was hoping I'd enjoy it. So far, I'm really, really loving it. And I'll tell you what's happening here that's making me realize that's the case. I think I probably mentioned on some stream at some point that the first time I played Oblivion, I'd never really dived into a game like that, an Elder Scrolls game. I'd played some Morrowind, but I found the just a little clunky in some ways, and it's sort of, okay. And honestly, I was like, oh, I'll play this on the Xbox. And then that wasn't the best experience in some ways. To no fault, I mean, the fact that they even got it running on the original Xbox is a miracle, but... And I've said, like, the first time I played Oblivion, I came out of the starting cave, and I just started, there's a road that goes around the central city. You come out of the starting cave kind of looking at the central city, and there's just a road that goes around it. And I spent the first 30 hours of the game just on that road, because I'd never really experienced a game like that before. And along the road, you find caves, you find ruins, you find all sorts of these little bits to explore. And I probably didn't need to do them at the point, I'm sure. And like in Skyrim, the game, the Radiant AI, whatever, would come up with mini quests and stick them in these locations to give you a reason to go. But I just wandered. And I'm looking at the map here. And there are quest markers. You know, there's something here, like... And I'm not looking at any of them. I'm not looking at a single one. I've got my quests here, I've got side, I've got main. And... I'm not paying attention to what I'm tracking. I'm not like, okay, let's, bang out this quest, which is probably what I should be doing. I'm not doing any of that because I'm just diving into the world, and I haven't experienced that. I mean, Elden Ring, I will say, gave me that too. But it's a rare game that does that. Like even Skyrim, like I've never beaten Skyrim. Oblivion's the only one I've ever beaten. Skyrim, everything is so deceptively close. You look at the map and it's populated with all these markers, but markers you could sort of turn around and look over your shoulder and see the thing, like there's not much space. So there's nothing that really draws me around the corner or to the other edge of the island, or I don't know if that makes any sense. And so what I end up just doing is I'm like, okay, I've lined up a bunch of quests. Let's just start knocking them out. Boom. Track this one. Follow the icon. Fast travel nearby. Check. Next one, track it. Where's a fast travel location I've been to that's nearby? Jump, hit the icon, check, And I'm not doing that here at all. Not yet, at least. And I probably should, because I'm sure there's a good story. I'm digging the voice acting. I'm digging all of it. And so to me, that's the mark of this style of game that's really got its hooks into me. So yeah. Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon. I'm really digging it so far. And that will be it. This is Black Lodge Trivia Night. If you're watching this, you found our YouTube channel, so like and subscribe if this is your thing. We appreciate you just checking out the video, if nothing else. We're mostly, believe it or not, a tabletop RPG actual play podcast. We try and get a session up every week. I gotta say, there's a lot going on. I thought I was a little bit immune from a lot going on, but I'm not. everybody's got a lot going on at the moment, so I'm hoping we can get something going again soon, but we'll have to see. If nothing else, I'm going to try and at least do my solo stuff. And, yeah, there's audio versions of that kind of stuff if you search for Backlash Trivia Night wherever you get your podcasts. But man, this game is, oh man, it's leaning into the dark fantasy. It's not cheesy. It's so far really well done. I love the aesthetics. Like I was saying, I love flipping the Arthurian hero legend on its head. The idea of, the druids, which are, a thing from this type of mythology, Irish, English, Scottish, whatever. So far, yeah, I'm really loving all of it. So I will definitely be back to play more. So thanks again. Take care.